wrap-up for 2024 and what it means for 2025. Hello, this is Cheryl Willis over at Go Arizona Real Estate with eXp, coming at you with a full annual recap, looking at the end of year numbers for 2024. We all know there was something really weird going on about 2024. The combination between it being a election year, insurance rates, a lot of natural disasters, climate change, there have been, and then of course, high interest rates. There have been just so many variables that contribute into the real estate industry. When we look at the annual sales rates, we saw news articles and stories in the media talking about how it was the lowest volume they had seen since the mid-90s. This was true. If you've been watching my videos every single month, you'll notice in November and December, I was telling you that the day after the election was over, my phone did not stop ringing. So if buyers are calling us in November, we're writing contracts later in November, we're closing in December, and we're pulling numbers in January, this is what you're going to see. We had a massive rally in the month of December. And if we dive in a little bit deeper, we look over $1 million, look at how it has returned to market crazy year, like insane year 2021. What does that tell you? It tells me that over the $1 million price point in 2025, it's going to be a very busy year. When we look at the median sales price, boy, anybody that has waited for interest rates to come down, they are obviously staying in the sixes and even in the sevens at the time of this video. In fact, more people are saying that it's going to be another year of sixes. I'm sorry to say that some of those 2-1 buy downs may be expiring and we might see some people stretching their mortgages. You really want to look into permanent buy downs, and those are attainable with resale and new construction today. There is one lender, if you're an FHA buyer, that right now is offering a 4.25% interest rate. I'm telling you guys, if you are waiting for rates to come down instead of buying, you got to give us a call so we can talk about real numbers. The median sales price today, as we closed in 2024, came in at $455. If you again look back in December of 2021, early 2022, it was the bottom of the market at $415. If we look at the actual appreciation, as we're finishing 2024, we've only seen about 5% growth from December to December. But let's peel it back a little bit more and let's go over 2,001 square feet. That median number shoots up to 659. Again, though, still only about a 5% appreciation. Check this out. You change that minimum square footage to 3,001 square feet. Look what the median does. Luxury is really, in my opinion, starting around that 3,000 square feet. Now, that doesn't mean if you buy a home at 2,900 square feet, you can get it for a lot less money. But what I'm saying is just to set the right expectation, the median luxury home or any home over 3,000 square feet in December's timeframe was coming in over $1.1 million. The day of buying a $1 million home in the Phoenix area and it being this massiveness and new and pool, kind of a thing of the past. When we look at over 3,000 square feet for December, we saw from December to December over a 10% appreciation. I'm telling you guys, luxury market's totally changing. And here's also why. More than 70% of the people that are moving into the greater Phoenix area earn an income of $150,000. So if you have dual income, this is a $300,000 household income. That is what's moving into the greater Phoenix area. That's not necessarily the people that live here already for the last 10, 20 years and maybe missed that opportunity to buy a home. So this is where that's coming from. We're going to talk a little bit about the economic drive at the end of this video, so don't miss it. When we look back at 2024 and kind of go, well, what's going on? If there's fewer buyers, there's fewer sales, then how is the value still going up? The closing costs are what the biggest difference is today. More than 51%, if we take all the sales that we had in 2024, 51%, that's the highest that we have ever seen in the greater Phoenix area, have received some sort of seller concessions. Now, this is new construction and this is also resale, but it's not all new construction because not all new construction is in MLS. Here's the thing though, let's look at the price points. If you are between that 300 and 800,000, it's almost a given. It's more like 65%. In some areas, it's even closer to 75% of the transactions are receiving seller concessions. And those average concessions are usually $10,000 to $15,000. Again, it depends on the price point, but under 800, that's what you can kind of expect. The list to sale price. So the list price to sale price, again, on the whole, gamut of the greater Phoenix area is coming in at 97.1. Now, that may seem high to you, but honestly, that is a little on the lower end. The average over the last 25 years has been 97.57%. So we are a little bit lower on the list to sale price. That just tells you the sellers are moving a little bit. Here's the other thing I saw on YouTube a lot. I saw that people were kind of like, they look for they're the fear mongers. They're looking for that hype. They're looking for the clickbait. They want to pull you in, especially one particular guy. Anyways, he talks about pre-foreclosures. Oh my God, pre-foreclosures, pre-foreclosures. And I heard them say it again, that Phoenix is coming in over 300% of where it was, I said last year, but I pulled the actual numbers for you guys. And just to let you know, over the last 3 years, it's been flat. But if we go back to 2021 and 20, then yeah, it is about 300% because we had 10 then and now we have 30. That's 300%. I wanted to show you really quickly too, when you compare it to really what the market crash looked like, we're not even close to even remotely resembling that, even though you love those thumbnails, right? That say, is it 2008 again? Nah. The big conversation for 2025 is going to be all about inventory. We've already seen an inflated amount of new listings that came on the market in 2024. So we're starting off the year much higher than we have in the years past. As I said in one of my videos a couple months ago, we were pointing out that the majority of the new listings were condominiums, patio homes, townhomes, mobile homes, and manufactured homes. What this really is represented from, or what it stems from, is the insurance on these master policies. As everyone's insurance has seen an exponential growth, a lot of the insurance companies are coming back to these master plan, kind of not even master plan, master community policies, and they're reassessing whether or not they are underinsured or not. With many of them being kind of old, they probably are. And so those insurance rates have gone up exponentially high. Makes it very difficult for our senior residents as well as snowbirds that, when it was only a couple $100s a month to maintain that condo they bought 20 years ago, it was not that big of a deal. But now maybe at $500 or even $700 a month for some of these Scottsdale condominiums, maybe it doesn't make sense. And so between those type of homeowners and investors that now have higher holding costs or operating costs and are not typically passed on to the tenants if it is a rental property. So although we have more new listings in 2024 than we did in 2023, it wasn't exponentially more, as years previously have been significantly higher. What is important to watch is what's happening literally every month right now. These first 4 or 5 months of our year are going to set the pace for the entire year. So it's going to be really important that you chime into my videos on a monthly basis, because that absorption rate is really going to make an impact. So if we have too many listings and the buyer demand doesn't go up equally or more, then that's when we may see prices starting to come down. But if we do see the buyer demand like we did see in December, just kind of came out of nowhere, like boom, if we see more of that, we're going to see prices go up. So this is a very pivotal year. And it really will depend on the next couple of months. You're just going to have to chime in to see what happens. So when you look at the economic impact and what is taking place, what is happening right now in the greater Phoenix area, we're talking about massive employment that are moving to the greater Phoenix area. We've been talking about this for several years. TSMC announced that they were going to be building their largest campus outside of their Taiwan headquarters right here in North Phoenix. And they will be opening later this year, and they will continue to expand. And what is going to be going on in Peoria and North Phoenix for the next 20 to 30 years is insane. And we also have Intel that has just wrapped up and finished their 2 fabs to compete with Taiwan Semiconductor. So we have those people moving in also right now. And we have LG Energy that is on the southeast part in Queen Creek. That building is well underway, and they will be opening up late 2025 and 2026. So there's a lot that's going to be happening here. And when you look at how many people are already moving to the Phoenix area just on a regular basis, it is going to be exponentially more. If you are considering moving to Phoenix, definitely reach out to us. Let's have a conversation. Received a phone call from someone else. They were going to be moving out here in about a 2-year time frame. We've been talking for a little while already. They called us just the other day to let us know they've changed that to 6 months. Work from home is changing quite a bit. So if you have a work from home job today, there may be a recall on pulling those people back into the office. So if you're banking on having that type of employment and it being there for years to come, you might want to do some research. That was a very valid point. And I've already seen a lot of those work from home turned into hybrid. And although it's okay for them to work from home wherever they live, it might be different if they change to move to Phoenix. So give us a call. We can kind of probe those conversations, talk about what your thoughts, your plans are, help guide you. And, even if it's a long process ahead of you, a long journey, we are here for you. Days, nights, or weekends. Cheryl Willis, Go Arizona Real Estate. Can't wait to hear from you. If you have not liked or subscribed to this channel, please do so. This is a private channel. Only people in my database receive these emails. Hopefully you're also watching my big boy channel, and that's Living in Phoenix on YouTube. All right, guys. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.